Hi, this is Jill, and let's see, I did a blog post on the Studio blog, and it was on aging a photo. And something I did all the screenshots, unfortunately, in Photoshop, and so our Photoshop Elements users seem to be a bit confused, and honestly, I don't blame them. So I decided to do a video to see if I can help you out. Now, first of all, I wanted to qualify this. I am not a Photoshop Elements user, and so I do stumble a lot, so please forgive me if I stumble. So let's get started. What I used here was a thing I used to call the Cousins Gang. These are my grandkids, and I just love this photo. It's precious. Another reason it's really precious is the youngest one you see in this photo graduated from high school last year, so it is a very old photo, so it's appropriate for this particular tutorial. So first of all, you want to get your photo open. And the next thing you want to do, I've provided you with a download link for a package of the daguerreotype overlays. And there are more in my store that you can purchase, hint, hint. Okay, so here we hit the place, and this is it. You've downloaded it. Let's take this one here. And I'm going to place it. And as you can see, well, gee, it's square, but my photo isn't square. It doesn't matter. The proportions aren't really important. You just want to open it all, whatever way you want to do, how big you want it to be, just pull on well, you don't want to tilt it. You do want to try to make sure you are beyond the bounds of the photo so that you don't end up with any hard edges. So you get it accepted. You can either hit return or click the little check mark. Okay, this is the fun part now. I want you, oh, excuse me, I have something I have to qualify here. You want to unlock this background layer. Easiest way to do it, double click it. It says layer 0, accept that. Not a big deal. So now we want to go back up here to the overlay. Now holding down the command or the control key, you want to click on that icon there. And you see you got your little marching ants. Perfect. Come back here, take your background layer or layer 0, and you want to add a mask. So you see this mask icon, easy for you to say, right? And just click on it, and there you've got it. Oh, geez, yeah, that's ugly, right? Yeah, well, one thing you have to do, first of all, you want to oh, it says reselect. Oh, deselect layers. Okay. That's bizarre. I've had problems with this. It won't select it, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Oh well. Come down here, make sure your mask is selected, and hit inverse. Yeah. Okay, it worked anyway. Hit inverse. Now, look, yeah, it's ugly. The thing is you're done with this layer, this overlay layer. You can either turn it off or you can delete it. Okay, so I inversed the mask. If you saw here, I had the mask selected, and I hit the command control I, which inverts it. It's too early in the morning for me. I'm not speaking well. Okay, the next thing you want to do is that you want to get rid of this transparency you see here. And the way to do that is to hold down the command control key and click on the new layer. And this creates a new layer back behind everything. So with making sure your bucket tool is now I'm losing my voice, selected, you want to pick a color, and I usually like to pick a color that's in the photo. So just come over here, and you see this my cursor turned into an eyedropper. I picked that. Now I had the bucket tool, and I put that in there. See? Now that's all covered up there. And I didn't really particularly like the color I chose. You can, before you flatten this thing, you can keep changing the color. Come up here, pick one that's a little lighter. I only want a little less saturation. See, you got that one too. It's all up to you, however you want to do it. And then you just, flatten everything, or you can just go ahead and save it. Let's see, let's flatten it. Go up here, pick. Yep, it's off the screen so you can't see it. Anyways, flatten image. Discard the hidden layers, not a big deal. There you go. Now, one of the things that was kind of confusing, let me close this out. Well, yeah. I don't want to save it. With the challenge, the layout a day challenge that Tani had, she wanted you to turn your photo into a sepia, which is, you know, kind of a brown gradient type of thing. So here, I'm going to bring in this old mill type of thing. And there's a couple of ways you can do this. And the first way is you hit Command Control U. Oops, nope, I got that one wrong. Shift Command or Control U, and that desaturates it, turns it into a black black and white type of thing. Then you come over here, you probably want to pick another layer so you don't do it right on top of your photo, and go in and look at your gradients, see what kind of gradients you have. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm off the screen again. Okay, that one, I like those colors there. So you say OK, and you do your gradient. You can do it that way, and then you just say overlay, color. But that isn't the best way really to do it, but that's one way, a way to do it. So let's revert this. Let's go back to the original one, the color one. And the way I recommend you do this is you come up here into the layer, excuse me, adjustment layer, and you get this gradient map. Just accept the name, that's not a big deal there. And oh, well, yeah, see, you did everything all kind of white. Now, one thing I have open that you'll see here is I have a panel that's a gradient map. It took me a while to figure out where that panel was. Actually, what it is you go into Window and you hit Adjustments. And if you hit Adjustments, that'll bring up the gradient map panel. The other thing you can do is simply double click this, it brings it up. If you do not have it up, we'll just close it. Let me show you here. If I can close it. Okay, just double click and that brings it up. And you can go into here and choose other gradients. Now, this thing doesn't have all the gradients I want in it. So I'm going to add some. So you come over here and you can't see these stupid things are off the screen, but you hit your preset manager and you append. If you add, it wipes out what you have. So you want to append, hit your gradients, and bring those in until it's done. So now we've got that, and I've got some gradients I can use. So there we go. I like that. We'll do that one there. Okay, so that's how you colorize it or turn it into a sepia, and then go from there and make your H photo. Thanks a lot.